Hey Alchemists, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I wanted to make this video because one of the most common Ascension symptoms that we have are migraines and headaches. I know these are really debilitating. I used to experience them a lot, and I'm going to share 11 ways to help you to move through your headaches and migraines if they happen. So before we get into the 11 tips, it's really important to understand why is this happening to our bodies right now. So currently we are in the middle of a peak of a solar cycle. The solar cycle lasts 11 years, and these solar flares, they are, just to give you an understanding of the magnitude of the power of solar storms and solar flares. One solar flare is the equivalent of 100 megaton atomic bombs. Now that is a lot of energy coming into your physical body and energy body. So when these solar flares happen, even though it's very far away, it takes about 8 minutes for these solar flares to reach Earth. And these solar flares, this heightened electric energy interacts with the tiny crystals. These are specifically magnetite crystals in our brains. So when these solar flares happen, it makes the crystals in our brain vibrate. And so that's what causes the tension, the discomfort that eventually leads to headaches and unfortunately migraines. Another reason why this happens is because solar flares emit a surcharge of electric energy. This means that the body becomes dehydrated because water is a magnetic energy, and it's overpowered by this surge of electric energy coming in from the sun, and which leads to dehydration, and that's the cause for nearly 80% of our headaches that we get. So the number one thing you have to keep in mind for all of these 11 tips that I'm going to share with you is that drinking water will help you to prevent getting headaches in the first place. And this is something that you have to discern for yourself, how much water you need. I typically drink about 3 liters of water every single day. Whenever I feel a solar storm is coming, I will drink 4 to 5 liters to make sure I prevent the onset of a headache. And so that's just because I've tried and tested many different amounts of water. So find what amount of water is right for you. So for the first tip is we're gonna work with our pressure points. So you're gonna focus on this area right here in your hand, right around your thumb area, and try to focus on the area that is sensitive, anything that feels tender, because this is the area that's connected to our head. And so you want to focus on the area that feels tender, and you're going to massage this pressure point. So try to put pressure on it. It's going to feel uncomfortable, but don't worry, you're only going to do this for 60 seconds. So go ahead and massage that area, press that tender point. It's going to be a bit painful, but you're going to feel better after doing this. So go ahead and do that for 60 seconds, and then you're going to drink a glass of water after doing that. This is a technique that I learned from one of the practitioners in Singapore. And then after you do that, you're going to focus on the other hand. So focus on the same area, right, between the thumb, and focus on where it feels tender in your hand. So as you're doing this, you're going to notice that different areas of near the thumb are going to feel a little bit uncomfortable and painful. Focus on that. And again, you're only doing this for 60 seconds. Don't worry, it's not going to be too uncomfortable. After this, you'll end up feeling better. After you do that for 60 seconds, you're going to drink another glass of water. Now wait 15 to 20 minutes, and hopefully you'll be feeling better by then. If not, then you're going to move on to this second tip. So because the sun emits these strong surges of electric energy, it causes our bodies to be dehydrated. So what you can do is you can go and take a cold shower, because you want to work with the magnetic energy of water to bring that balance back into your electromagnetic field, into your energy body. Because a lot of these headaches and migraines and other Ascension symptoms, they happen first at the energy body, and then they trickle down into the physical body. So what you will do is you'll just take a cold shower. Usually what helps with cold showers is don't go into it cold. Like, start off with a comfortable temperature and then decrease it to a cold temperature. So you don't want to shock the body immediately. You want to shock the body after it's been comfortable in the water, and then you switch it to cold. All right. And then the third tip is, if you're still not feeling better, then we're going to use an alchemy practice. So if you're not familiar, this channel is all about spiritual alchemy and working with this ancient energy practice from Atlantis, from ancient Egypt and Kemet. So what you're going to do is you're going to visualize that your cranium is opening up. And because of the vibration and the tension of the crystals in your brain, we have to release that tension. So you visualize your cranium opening up, and you're just releasing any excess energy, visualizing, releasing the tension leaving your body. And this is a bonus alchemy tip. You're gonna visualize a gold light coming in to, let's say, for example, you can feel the headache in the back of your head, or maybe it's on the left temple. Then what you're going to do is you're gonna focus and call in a gold light, and you're gonna visualize it circulating counterclockwise 7 times. So this is going to help to clear any imbalances and any stuck energy. So after you do that, then go ahead and breathe in the gold light, and you're just setting the intention that this gold light is now balancing the energy in your brain and in your head. So this time you're going to visualize the gold light circulating 7 times clockwise to balance your brain waves and the energy in your brain. All right, so after this, also I would recommend that you drink some water. That will help you to integrate that alchemy energy into your physical body. So if that doesn't work, then what you're going to do is tip number 4. You're going to get an ice pack. So put that ice pack, or if you don't have an ice pack, you don't have to be fancy. Just go put a small towel, like a dish towel, get it wet, and then put it in the freezer for a few minutes. And then you're gonna put that cold towel on the back of your neck. So the brainstem connects our brain to our spinal cord, and a lot of energy tends to get stuck there, so that builds up a lot of tension and blockage of energy. So when you put a cold press there, it helps to reduce the inflammation of that area. So go ahead and do that. And if you actually have a migraine, you can put your feet, while you're doing this cold pack on the back of your head, you're gonna put your feet in really hot water. Now, disclosure, I have not used that technique before. It's a technique I saw on TikTok, and many people who struggle with migraines said it worked, so I wanted to share that with you. And then tip number 5, if you're still not feeling well, then you're gonna massage the temples of your head. So usually when we get a headache that's caused by dehydration, it'll happen in the temples. So what you can do is actually, you can use peppermint oil, or you can use lavender. You can use any of these 2 essential oils because they're wonderful for reducing inflammation. So what you'll do is you'll put a few drops on your palm, like so, and most people forget to do this part, but we have chakras in our hands. So when you rub the oil in between your palms, you actually help to activate some of its other properties with your chakras and energy centers in your hand. So give gratitude to the oil, to the herbs, to Mother Earth for this beautiful medicine. And then you'll massage your temples. Massage your temples, and you'll do this for at least, I want to say at least 3 to 5 minutes. Do it for at least 3 to 5 minutes. After you massage your temples, this is something that I learned in Tai Chi, and you pat your head. So pat your head, pat all over your head, because whenever we have pain or tension in any area of our body in Tai Chi, you pat it to release that stagnant and that blockage of energy. So usually the pain or tenderness is a expression of the blockage that your energy body is experiencing. So what you'll do is you'll just gently tap with your fingernails, and just tap all all over your head. And this is something I learned from my massage therapist, and this is tip number 6. If you're still not feeling good after this, you can massage the back of your neck. So again, the brain stem connects our brain to our spinal cord, and a lot of tension gets built up there. So what you want to do is you want to focus on where you can feel your skull, the bottom of your skull, and massage that area. Massage that area in a circular motion. And you could also use your essential oils for this, the lavender, peppermint. It's really important that you use 100% natural and organic essential oils, because let's just say you're not going to use natural essential oil. It may have some other fragrances or perfumes in it, and that will just make your headache worse, right, with all those chemical fumes. So make sure you buy some natural essential oils. I'll put some links in the description of this video for the products that I use. And you want to get the back of the neck. If you have like a tennis ball or a golf ball, you can also use that to massage the back. But again, a lot of energy and tension gets built up there. So you want to focus right below the back of the skull, all right? And then what will work really well is actually if you get a massage from someone else, because human touch is so special. So there's just something about human touch that, for example, you can also use a machine like this. I'll put the links for all these products in the description of this video in case you want to get them. But you can also use something that is a machine like this that will just massage you. And I really love this massager because you can actually change the heads. So I use this first, and then it's so easy. You just pop it out, and then you will change the head. And there's actually this roller, I don't have it right now, but there's a roller, and you can use that on the back of your neck, right? So that you get the most benefit, and this headache just releases, because I know how debilitating they could be. I used all of these. That's where this is coming from experience. So if you have any other tips that I haven't shared, please share them in the comments, right? Because we all know how much headaches suck, and let's just help each other out, because these ascension symptoms, these headaches and migraines are only going to continue to accelerate because we're entering the peak of a solar cycle, which means we'll have more solar flares. So what you can also do is, this is tip number 8, and this is something that my massage therapist shared with me. And again, disclosure, I haven't actually used this technique, but she said if you eat an apple in the morning, let's say you wake up with a headache or a migraine, if you eat an apple in the morning, it'll get rid of it. Again, I haven't tried it, but let me know if you try it, and let me know if it works. Let me know in the comments. Something else that can help you is working with amethyst. Now, crystals, I said that we have crystals in our brain, but we're also gifted these beautiful tools from Mother Earth and resources. And this one's actually ametrine. Ametrine is actually a combination, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's a combination of citrine and amethyst. This crystal is only found in Bolivia. That's where I'm from. But because this has amethyst is really wonderful. It connects you with your third eye, right? And the third eye sits in the center, actually. And so that's where the tension is coming from. So what you can do is you can just make sure your crystal is cleansed. I'll put either up here or in the description of this video for some tips on how to cleanse your crystals. And you want to make sure your crystal is cleansed before you do this. But what you'll do is you can either put it on your forehead, put it on your third eye, put it on the back of your neck, wherever you feel like the source of the headache is. Go ahead and place it in that area, and then you're going to visualize. First, you're going to give gratitude to the crystal. Again, these are beings, they're alive, so give gratitude because they're choosing to help you. And you're going to visualize that the crystal is infusing you with its purple energies. Okay, so you can visualize purple lights coming into your head, and it's sort of like it's giving you an energy massage. And you just visualize it going all into your head and setting the intention that the crystal is like absorbing the tension from the headache and the blockages. And then after you do this, think the crystal, and then you want to cleanse the crystal so that the crystal is not holding that yucky energy, right? And so that's another wonderful technique that you can use. And number 10 is you can take a nap. Napping, in my experience, has helped me reduce the intensity of my headache. And I use tip number 12, along with tip number 11, which is taking pills. Now, this is the last tip. This is tip number 11, taking pills. So I don't like to use medicine because of the side effects it has, but sometimes those migraines are just way too debilitating, right? They just knock us out. And I went to my local homeopath pharmacy and they recommended Acetaminophen. Okay, I'm pretty sure I didn't pronounce that correctly, but it's Acetaminophen. And again, I'll put the product in the description, but you can go to your local homeopathy store and maybe they'll recommend something else for you. But the reason why I choose this over Advil and Tylenol is because Advil and Tylenol, that tends to cause stomach issues like stomach bleeding. So this one, it doesn't give you the same side effects. So bless the medicine before you take it. We all have the power to bless, so bless the medicine before you take it, and then take a nap. And that usually gets rid of my migraine. And if not, then I'll just eat something. That also helps me to ground the energy, because sometimes the energy is just too intense, right, from these solar flares and solar storms. So I hope that was helpful. Share this with someone, because we all know how horrible migraines and headaches suck. So share this with someone who you think would benefit from this. Also, let me know what other tips, what other advice do you have? What have you found in your experience that has helped you to decrease the effects of headaches and migraines? Let me know in the comments, right? Because there's so many creative ways for us to work through these Ascension symptoms. And again, this is just one of many Ascension symptoms. Ascension symptoms are basically physical changes that our bodies are moving through this period of intense cosmic activity. And this is just one of them. There's also the Ascension flu. There's nausea, there's vertigo, there's ear ringing, so many other Ascension symptoms. And I made a whole other video for this. If you want to see it, I'll put it in the description of this video. And thank you for your shares. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. I really appreciate it. And if there's any other videos you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. I'll see you soon. Much love.